What's up, guys? It's Kyle Jones with Jones Sport Fishing. Today is Monday, the 19th of August, and it's raining outside, so the report is coming to you from inside my abode down here on the coast. It's pretty awesome. Good to stay in a house. Anyway, yeah, so today, man, day 2 of nasty south wind. That south wind, when it cranks, just beats you up. But, so I started out, I started out at low tide, or right about low tide on the tide chart, and I jumped out to the checkerboard. On these big outgoing tides, a lot of times there will be fish sucked into the checkerboard's kind of sweet because it sits at the bottom of the sands. And so the sands, Desmonian sands, kind of create a, like an eddy there. And so like you'll get in there where the current might be ripping by real fast on the Washington and the Oregon side especially, but those fish will pull off in there as it holds a little bit of bait, and the current is slower in there. So at low tide, I started off in there. It looked like I had the same plan as a whole bunch of other people because there was a number of boats in there, and we actually started off doing really, really well. We, our first pass down through, we picked up one hatchery. We picked up a hatchery keeper. That was sweet right off the bat. And we probably had 3 or 4 other, like kind of rippy type bites that just didn't quite stick. Got down almost out front of Waco, kind of lost the fish, I felt like. And so we jumped back, ran back up just above the tripod, dropped in that 18 to 20 feet of water again, and wham, immediately hooked the fish. That fish came off. It was looked like it was a hatchery fish. It was a really nice looking fish. It came off right behind the boat. And then as we dropped our gear in, before we even had another rod out, bam, we had another fish on. And so in a matter of, I don't know, very short amount of time, we had a keeper. We had a bunch of bites, had one come off, and released a wild one. So we had a pretty good morning there. We had a couple other takedowns that didn't stick on that troll, and then that's kind of what always happens a little bit right at low tide or a little bit after low tide. There's this funky current that comes across that checkerboard, and that almost seems like it comes from the Washington side flowing toward Oregon, and it seems like once that current rip goes across there, that bite's over. So knowing that we had that big south wind today coming up, I decided to jump from there, and I went over to the red can line over toward Hammond, between Hammond and Buoy 22. Dropped in just downstream of Hammond and started trolling towards Buoy 22, and we got into some fish. Right out about Buoy 22, there was a little bit of a bite that popped off, and that was about it. So we kind of started getting bit. I got one, a boat next to me got one. We lost one, we had some things going, and then that red tide, that red stuff showed up. And in the past, and I don't know, maybe I could have hung there longer, but in the past, I've just not done very well in that really red algae stuff before. So I bailed. I ran all the way back up to the bridge on the Oregon side out in front of West Basin on that green line. Remember, you got to be from the bridge downstream. You need to be north of the green can line there to the sawdust pile. So we got down that green can line, and we just started kind of hanging there waiting for fish to show up. And, it started out real slow, just kind of a bite here or there. But by the time high slack hit, there was a pretty darn good bite in there. So that was fun. But one of the things that was really strange was there was a lot of fish around, but I don't know if I've ever seen so many short Chinook. I mean, they're jacks, but we can't keep them, which is ridiculous. But so there were so many jack Chinook, it was crazy. We can't keep jacks until you're above tongue point, even though these aren't feeders. I don't really. It's one of those rules I don't really understand. It's not like we're sitting out at the Buoy 10 line, but whatever. So, the amount of boats that I saw with small little Chinook get caught today was wild. There was also seemed like quite a few coho mixed in there, but I mean, I saw a lot of really, really small fish get caught. So that's kind of where we finished our day. We probably had more bites today than I've had in 3 or 4 or 5 days down here. So we probably had I would say like things, bites on rods, not hookups. Like hookups when you get it out of the holder, but bites on rods, we probably had 20 bites. We hooked up probably 9 or 10 of those, and only ended up landing 4 and killed 2. So that was our day. I'm pretty much going to repeat the same program tomorrow. The wind's going to come up again. It looks like, hopefully it doesn't blow as hard. It was brutal there for a little bit, crabbing and getting, bucking that chop, and it was hard to control the boat, hard to check weeds, hard to get things rebaited. So it was kind of frustrating. But anyway, that's kind of the way it is. And yeah, should be good to go. Anyway, I'm going to repeat that same program. So I don't know. It's days like today that make me ready to get home to flat water and not getting splashed in the face. But anyway, I've got a week left, and then Barry and Brett are going to finish out till the end of the month. So anyway, guys, God bless, and we'll catch you later.